Considering a move to Roseburg? Well, put those rain boots to the top of your packing list because we get a little wet. Do you like the city nightlife? Not here. Look, I am not going to sugarcoat anything. I am not native to Roseburg. I did not grow up here. I did move across the country and lived here. I've traveled through here and I decided I loved it. So that's what brought me here. So I am going to give you an insider's perspective of what it's really like to live here. I'm going to tell you some things that some real estate agents are not going to tell you. So in this video, I'm diving into the most insider information that most real estate agents aren't going to give you unless you ask for it. Because if you're toying with the idea of moving to Roseburg, you're going to want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. In this video, I'm going to give you 7 things you should know before even deciding to move to Roseburg. And stay tuned to the end, because I've got a couple bonus things for you as well that might help. So let's get after it. Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Norman with Oregon Life Homes right here in Roseburg. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button because that'll notify you every time I do something about moving to Roseburg or what it's like to live in Roseburg. This channel is based upon everything Roseburg and what it's like to live, eat, and sleep here. I get so many calls, emails, and texts every day from people that are looking to move and relocate to this area. They want to know what it's like to live here, and I love it. I love helping them because I too have moved here from out of the area. So if you're thinking about making the move to Roseburg or the surrounding areas, make sure you give me a call or a text, email, anytime. I would love to help, and I look forward to it. Now, let's get on to the video, and I'm going to show you the top 7 things about living in Oregon. All right, first off, Roseburg in general is a great place to live. Although if you're moving from a big city, it might be a lot slower pace to you. A lot of people are moving here and working remotely, and that is giving them a much better way of life than living in the big city. They absolutely love it here. There's so much to do. Within an hour drive, you can be in the mountains at Crater Lake, the deepest lake in the United States, and one of the deepest in the world. You can be at the ocean, clam digging, crabbing, walking your dogs on the beach. It is great. Roseburg has got such good community. We've got farmers markets, wineries. There's so much to do here outdoors. It's wonderful. And even though we get 150 days of rain a year, summer months are spectacular. Averages 70 to 80 degrees during the summertime, and we don't get any rain. And that being said, that brings me into the first thing that you need to know about Roseburg: wildfires. Though we don't get any big fires in the Roseburg area, but the surrounding areas, there are fires. And a lot of the state has forest fires. So we do get some smoke in the summertime. This last year wasn't so bad, but there has been some summers where it's really bad. And there's just no escaping it. You just got to stay inside. Sometimes the air quality gets really bad. So that's one thing you need to know. If you have health problems, breathing problems, it's one thing that you really should look into before thinking about moving here. If you're looking to move here for work, the job market is very slim compared to other cities around in the area. Basically, the job market is in 3 major industries. It's logging, healthcare, and hospitality. There aren't a lot of jobs if you compare it to the larger cities. The next downfall is limited job market. There are a lot of jobs here, but if you compare it to the larger cities in Oregon, it's not quite so much. The next thing on the list, the location. We're about an hour from 2 major cities. Eugene to the north, Medford and Grants Pass to the south. They're both about an hour, hour and a half away from Roseburg. So any major shopping you need to do, any nightlife, that's where you're going to need to go. So that's one major downfall. Also, flights in and out of Roseburg. If you're going to want to fly and travel, I usually travel out of either Eugene or Medford. It's equally distance, and I just price them out from those flights. So traveling is a little bit more difficult, but it's not too bad if you just outweigh the pros and cons. If you're thinking about using public transportation, you're gonna have to plan your trip quite a bit because it's basically non-existent. I think there's one Uber driver. As far as buses, there's like 1 or 2 bus routes, and I don't know of anybody that ever uses those. So if you're going to live in Roseburg or the general area, you're going to need a car or a driver. The healthcare options. So we've got Mercy Medical and the VA Hospital. The VA Hospital, a lot of people are retiring in this area because they either need to go to Salem or Portland, but there is a major VA hospital here in Roseburg, and that is a big draw for a lot of people that are looking to downsize or relocate and be close to a VA hospital. That's a good opportunity. Mercy Medical is a good hospital for the general public, but any major operations and anything like that, you're going to need to go to Eugene or Medford. The political views in Roseburg. Now, this doesn't really matter to me, and I'm not going to get much into but Roseburg is a very conservative and very Republican area. However, the state of Oregon is controlled by a few major cities, which have different voting views than smaller towns like Roseburg or other smaller areas. They're mainly controlled by Portland, Eugene, Salem, and Medford. The Roseburg area and Douglas County in general does not usually align with what Portland and all the other bigger cities are voting. In fact, there is an initiative or a movement for Idaho to move its borders. Roseburg has got some great small town feel. You can walk through the farmer's market, the winery, and see people that you know. I've only been here for the last 8 years, and I've grown to know a lot of people just by running into them in town. You get used to familiar faces and seeing people that you know, your neighbors. You'll run into people all the time. It takes a little bit of time, and you got to get out there and shake some hands, kiss some babies, but you'll end up meeting people, and most of the people are friendly. Because it's such a small town, everybody mainly gets along. There's not a lot of problems here. All right. Now for those bonus things. Roseburg is a great place to live. Small town, small community. It's wonderful. It's a good place to live. We've got wineries. You can do winery tours, and there's breweries downtown. The wildlife safari. It's a drive-through safari park where you can see all kinds of wild animals. Kids absolutely love it. It is a fun activity for families to do. If you like the outdoors, there is so much to do here. From hiking, waterfalls, trails. The North Umpqua hiking trail system is absolutely amazing. It's skill levels from all different. You can do short walks to waterfalls or the hot springs. A lot of outdoor activities to do. It is one of the reasons why I love living here. I like my motorcycle. I love to take off on the motorcycle, and it is a spectacular place to live and explore the outdoors. So there's the seven things you need to know about living in Roseburg. Look, if you're thinking about moving here, please give me a call. I'd love to help. Call, text, email me anytime, and check out these other videos that I've got about moving to Roseburg, and I'll see you on the next video.